Hello, I'm Matt Wittenrich. I'm from West Falls, New York, just 20 minutes outside of Buffalo. Grew up in that very much small town area, and my folks have always had a number of animals in the house, be it the dogs or the cats, the chickens, the turtles. I believe there were a pair of geese for a while. So early on, I knew I wanted to explore veterinary medicine, and then in high school, we had an excellent internship program. Worked with a number of the local vets in the area, and found this was definitely something I was interested in pursuing further. I went to Canisius College. They had an excellent pre-veterinary program there. Spent a wonderful 4 years of my undergrad education there. And then it came time to start looking for a vet school in the area. And certainly being from New York State, everyone knows Cornell. And Cornell is something that I investigated. I applied to a number of other schools as well, Michigan, Ohio, Florida, and a small school that I hadn't heard much about in Guelph, Ontario. My academic advisor had mentioned that I should probably check it out. It was one I hadn't heard of. So we started corresponding back and forth, and I had some excellent experiences there. OVC was definitely the one school that actually, it seemed very personable. Applying to larger schools in the States, very much I got the feeling that I was a number on a piece of paper. And I was one of those numbers that, gosh, they get too many people in a year, and I just felt that they were looking for a reason not to accept people rather than looking to include someone in the college. Whenever I came to Guelph for my interview, for some initial paperwork back and forth, I was always greeted by a friendly face, somebody that knew my name, somebody that just seemed excited to have me here and to be able to bring me on as a colleague and share in the profession. I'd have to say my best experience was probably my surgical rotation in third year. Surgery is definitely one of my passions in veterinary medicine, one of those special areas that I've excelled at and truly enjoyed. And the surgical labs at Guelph far exceed many other vet schools that I had applied to. So being able to really get involved in surgical exploratories, on laparotomies, on cystotomies, on splenectomies, and to be doing that by myself with, the advisement of a professor over my shoulder, but to be actually able to do those surgeries on a live patient was really something that's been a boon to my early career. My worst experience would probably be coming towards the end of second year. There's a course here at Guelph called Principles of Disease, which is an all-encompassing pathology course. And the workload becomes quite daunting by the end of second year, and it's something that you very much have to pace yourself. You have to really be engaged in your learning to stay on top of your studies daily in order not to fall behind. And it was something that was very challenging, but I think it was something that was very rewarding as well. Certainly when we get out into practice, we're going to have those days that it's one surgery after another or one emergency after another. And to be able to sit down, quickly coordinate what priorities we have to triage in that situation and be able to execute, it's a skill that we need. I think the most surprising thing about OVC has been the history. I had no idea coming in how old a tradition it has, being one of the first vet schools in North America. It just has a rich history of traditions, of parties, of celebrations, of professors, of putting out some of the finest vets in North America. To be a part of that has been something I've really enjoyed. My career plan has definitely changed for the better. On coming up to first year, we have small group work to do, which very much cements your bond with your colleagues, and it's something that you really carry forward for those 4 years. One of my group members in first year was Tanya Rossi, and the two of us developed quite a friendship and a relationship going forward, and recently got engaged just 2 weeks ago. She plans to continue her career in equine internship and residencies in surgery. And that's something I very much plan to follow her along with as well. Coming to Canada was definitely something I was looking forward to. My family has spent 2 weeks each summer up in northern cottage country in Ontario, so I was very much familiar with the local area. Certainly an excellent experience. OVC itself welcomes new people with open arms. I'll never forget Dr. Conlon on our first day explaining to us that at last we had arrived at veterinary school. The previous rivalries and competitions and always going for that next highest grade than your classmate, those things all fell away, and that now we were truly colleagues. And that was a wonderful environment to be walking into. And OVC itself, now that I've gotten out and started doing some interviews and some external experiences, not many people know about OVC in the area, but when you start describing the curriculum in surgery, in client communications, and in medicine, bar none, I think people are very excited to be meeting an OVC graduate. I just say very much consider OVC and look into Guelph. Start some correspondence early if you're getting towards the end of high school or college. Make sure you know what your prerequisite courses are. That's something that's very important and can be quite individual from school to school, which is something I didn't realize. Try to get as much experience as you can. Try to find out as many schools as you can. Each school is different. Each school caters to a different kind of person, and find out what you want to achieve in your education.